Welcome to the novel audio. I wish you all the best. I suddenly have a strange ability. Make any whoever's facing me can't lie. In a TV show, White Lotus Flower blatantly poured on me, accused me of being the one into the relationship between her and my boyfriend. Right on the live stream, I looked her in the eye, my cold voice, so let's see who's the third. She stalled. It's like being pulled out of a fake mask. Forced mouth uttered, of course I was when I threw myself off the roof. Suddenly it's dark in front of you. I feel like I'm falling into a space. Not black. Don't think like that, kid. A good person like you. It's not worth ending your life this way. A gentle voice echoing through my ears. I panicked and asked who you were. I am the son of God, the voice answered. Over the years, I didn't bother to send donations back to the mountains. Help poor children, go to school support for people with disabilities. Even personally wading into the wilderness to save the lives of 5 children at risk. I remember every single thing you did. I came to help you. It's only temporary. Your life will change. I shook my head in tears. There's no chance. No one believes me. I really can't help it anymore. I used to be a multi-talented artist. After years of struggle. Finally, there is also a major breakthrough in his career. But a person like Yang Bones always wear White Lotus Flower blatant makeup that I chun into the relationship between her and the famous actor. My son made me suddenly a coward. 3 in the public eye. But it hasn't stopped. A marketing account, the news that I was raised by the giants, used the underground rules to climb celebrity image. It all fell apart in the blink of an eye. Just in time for the win, my parents who abandoned me suddenly showed up. Cry that I'm famous, then deny the source. I even made up a story about how I dumped my seriously ill brother. To make public opinion turn its back radically, I was labeled unworthy. P3 whore be a title enough to kill the career of any AI. All brands cancel the contract simultaneously. Claim for goods NT10 0. I have a debt of 80 million. Stand in the midst of despair. Why did I have to die to end it all? Doing so only hurts those who love you. And the haters are happy. Kier's voice echoed again. Believe that the truth will one day be revealed. I was going to ask more, but the darkness came. Consciousness also dissolves. When I opened my eyes, I heard my foster mother's cry. Why are you so stupid? We don't do entertainment anymore. Can we go home? I have 30,000 yuan and I can go to work. I can make money to help you pay your debts. Don't leave me. Each choking like a knife to Tim, I shiver my mother's voice. Little Ice foster mother stunned and burst with joy. After a while, the doctor checked in. Fortunately, apart from mental breakdown, my body is not seriously injured. We'll be discharged soon. All of a sudden, I felt a strange flow of energy. Land spread all over. It's like something just woke up in me. I looked at her gently and said she was struggling. It's also a little extreme. The mother shook her head and softened her voice. But as long as you don't, Mom, we can hold you. I just heard my mother's voice. Does being in the hospital cost a lot of money? I keep asking. No, my adoptive mother. I reflex to deny it. But in the end, it didn't hold. To be honest, it costs quite a bit. Probably thousands. She jumped up and put her hand over her mouth and stood up. Go out and get some water. When I was waiting for you to leave, I opened Weibo with my phone. The top news in hot search is that I jumped. Below is a series of insults. Told me to take death Ria to generate heat, not to be pitied. Some people say I actually jumped. Maybe not acting, but soon someone responded. Isn't she still alive? So if you can't die, you can turn it into an act. At that moment, I really regretted thinking about it. I thought I could use death to prove yourself clean. Who suspects themselves to get more scandal? People who don't like you. They always have lots of ways to pick and scold. To infer malice about you, I used to do that for those people. The power to prove yourself. But then I was so depressed that I had to throw myself off the roof. It's so pathetic. They actually live in life. It's enough not to be ashamed. 2, they must risk their lives for those who do not believe in them. Don't understand me. What I should do now is to embrace those who love and trust me because they live a good life. Thank God for saving my life. After a brief death, I finally woke up. The hospital door suddenly opened and a group of reporters rushed in. The leader is my best friend in the world. You don't know why ice cream. The omen comes. She looked worried and looked no different than her sister. Deep meaning, but I know very well she was the one who sold it. Some of my personal information for Blogger, they even take private photos. It's hard for me to justify. Your tape is good. She took my hand with a kind expression on her face. The reporters in the back kept taking pictures. There was a time when I was sick. Bipolar disorder and excitability, they're particularly sensitive to being photographed. Once I'm photographed, I get very angry. That's what led so many reporters. Maybe they want me to go crazy and take advantage of them. That opportunity to generate heat last time I missed her, though. In times of anger, she went to the doctor, then hot searches flooded with titles photo. Backstage tape slapping friend body school point. Countless netizens scolded me in cold blood. They said, Jung, she's always with me in times of trouble. And I slapped her and took her as my seat. Venting anger, waiting for things to ferment to the climax, the new weak point speaks. The ice is not there. Just don't say it. When you open your mouth, the hotter it gets. Because of her appearance at the time. It's like I was forced to show up. Immediately the netizens began to speculate. I'm sure the Kim behind me did. Forcing Jung Point to stand up, that's funny. After that, Jung, the Point is not few fans pity that status in the world soared. From an 18th class actor who jumps up the line with a little bit of fame, now she's going to undo the old trick. But this time I won't let her. I smile as if I were a close sister. Thank you for visiting me. While talking, I silently radiate energy. No thank you if it's not for heat. The AI wants to visit you. The sign uttered, the whole room was silent and everyone looked at her. But Jung also died. I don't understand why I'm telling the truth. I was surprised to ask for a sign. You came to see me just to generate heat. Panicked, Jung stood up and kept shaking hands. It's not. Even if it is, why? You're about to be kicked out of the entertainment world. I'm not clinging to it right now. When are you waiting for the hole? Her face is pale. I looked around and hurried to tell everyone. Everything I say is true. You must believe me. I'm looking for ice just to generate heat. All the lenses are on her. Every gesture and every word gets into the camera. What's more ridiculous is that she even invited a live streaming host. To live stream, you're going to shoot me crazy and post it online. Who hit your back with a stick? It puts you in the most difficult situation. The sign trembled. Hurry to get the bag. Then frantically ran out of the hospital room. I dare not linger for a second. I held my sad face with both hands. But the corners of her lips softened a cold smile. This power is really useful. I must reclaim my purity. Let the people who used to hold on slander or harm me one by one. Everyone goes to hell. After Jung Point left video clip, she came to visit me and it was quickly posted online. It's still hot when I jump. So the news just came out. Then the netizens immediately wake up. Top hot news. The sign admits to visiting the glacier to generate heat. Viva Field Dike is publicly posted. Anyone can also see. I opened Weibo. Take a look at the comments below. I can't believe Juwon is such a person. Even though the ice is horrible, it's already jumped. It's disgusting that she's dragging Theo to generate heat. Ever before Jong sign, they're just using it to be famous. So the tape slap in front of Kier, is it really true after all? Endlessly lively comments at the right time, an account claiming to be an insider in the appearance. I can be responsible for telling people. The tape has never slapped a point. She was acting in a movie. Who's suffering from bipolar disorder? It's completely inappropriate to be harassed. It was a sign that was deliberately infuriating. It pisses off the ice. In her anger, VA hit her, and she ran straight to the hospital. And then hot. WAN overflow search with the name of ice slapping sign. Think about what's inside. When I hit the news, it just exploded. There have also been people standing up. Unfortunately, no one believes because I was turned away by social media. Famous fallen to the bottom. And Jung points to play the role sisters love deep meaning heavy. People don't look at the evidence. But only one squid on her side, but now her image is fluttering. So people started to have doubts. That's what public opinion is. Most of the time I don't care about the truth. They only care about who the main character is. A sign that you want to take advantage of it. People to build an image. You should now understand the cost. Your stick hit your back. I see the situation getting tense. Jung's office immediately posted a notice. Said the video was just footage from a project and Jung had never lied before. This statement means that the company chose to protect her. After the announcement was posted, of course. Jung's own boss come to the hospital room to negotiate. Let's cooperate a little bit. He sat down in his chair, but the eyes unconsciously carried the attitude of the superior as long as you acknowledge the video. That's because you and Trong point together to make a comedy clip. We will pay you 500,000 yuan if you want to shut up, Ra wants to shut up. To be honest, I'm in huge debt. They really need money. For example, the current cost of treatment. Let your mother borrow heavily. CEO, high 500,000 is not a little sow. I lean my back to the head of the bed. The body is still in pain. But still have to keep the most elegant posture is that the guest star is absolutely not allowed to lose. How much do you want? He asked with a deep face. At that time, Zhang falsely slapped me. She used me as a springboard to generate heat. That's how the 18th ranked actor jumped to fame. My work is not small. Now I just want to give 500,000 to settle. I smile, but my voice is cold. How much does the judge want? 1 million won is not without me. Thong Dong says out a number. Can't ask for too much, because if I'm too greedy, I could be charged with blackmail. I said out. Have to drop a contract. Specify is that your company actively came to me. Usual amount. It's not my fault. I'm asking for money, you know? The entertainment world is full of traps. I've been rolling all these years. I soon learned to be careful with my glasses. Some people think they can capture the private life of the star. You can threaten to make money. Who expected to be overturned and involved in crime, blackmail, or violation of privacy? That must get a prison was successfully traded. The director stood up and said, we signed a gag contract. From now on. I'm not proactive. Talk about anything related to that. The program clings to me to generate heat. If someone asks about slapping a best friend or an incident, live in the hospital, then I absolutely must not deny even ... It has to be coordinated with an explanation from the outside. The point of signing the contract and the money transferred to the account I immediately posted on Weibo. Content has been overseen. The director was prepared in advance. There are a lot of artist posts. They didn't write it themselves. Thank you for your interest. I am currently recovering. He came to visit me today and invited me to join him. Upcoming movie, we've exchanged some scenes. Video clip, it was filmed when we were practicing the dialogue. I can't wait to be photographed by someone with bad intentions. Put it online, make people misunderstand. I hope people don't be fooled. My wife and I are still good friends. I'm the one in the room who speaks up. He also immediately posted a coordinated post. They both tag each other. It seems to quiet the public. Company side signed by articles and higher marine public opinion messenger network fans also try to bleach. It's finally considered temporary. I can cover everything. I thought the wind was over. Who suspected Yang Bone suddenly posted a Weibo line some people never get tired of playing. Heat generation after Yang Bones posted the Kia Fuzzy status line. She even liked Chong's exposition article, but I didn't release Tim. The conflict between me and the ocean has been going on for a long time. Everyone knows well, she chose this sensitive time to post. Weibo is saying AI, you don't need to say it clearly. Under her guidance. Netizens began to speculate, am I the one who shot the video? It's because you want to be famous, not because you want to be famous. Whether the image my past was not good either. Chan foot into the love story between Yang Bone and Chu for descendant. Private life is completely chaotic. It is likely that Zhang's attacker fan of Yang Bones started digging back my illustrious exploits. Follow a new wave of public opinion. People are being led. Knows that starts to think I'm really bad. I didn't care until I saw it. Even if it is black. Being smeared a little more is no different. I told you not to look at the phone. You have to rest a lot to get well. My mom just went to get some rice. I was surfing Weibo, not from worry but advise. I know you're afraid I'll read the comments. Negative and thinking. So he picked up the lunchbox and laughed. You're right, I'll use my phone less. Looking at those things is just annoying. Just don't watch anymore. My mother sat next to me watching me eat. I turned to ask her what she had to eat. She nodded. I don't believe it. Give me the energy and ask me again. Have you really eaten rice? At noon, my mother said softly and bowed her head slightly. The face is a little awkward. I see it in my heart. Since I jumped out of my coma. She was always there to take care of me. I was an adopted child. From a young age, he was loved by his adoptive parents. When my father died, it was only me and my mother. It's not that my mother and I rely on each other. Once I accidentally knew I wasn't my own child. I used to argue with my mother. And left home to find his biological parents. I was really obnoxious at the time. Growing up, I understood better. The relationship between the two of you is growing. When I was famous, my parents came to me. But I don't want it back. Growing up is heavier than growing up. I just happened to find out later. I was abandoned by my biological parents just because I was a girl. Since that time, I don't want to have anything to do with them. Over the years, people have come by my side a lot, but she's still alone. Is always with me forever without leaving Mom. Let's eat together. I pursed my lips and said I wasn't hungry. She shook her head slightly. Mom, I already have 1 million yuan. Please rest assured to eat. I know you're worried about spending. The eyes also suddenly warmed up. 1 million money, that's it. My mother looked at me in amazement. I told him about signing a contract with the company. Of Trong Point, when she heard it, she said money can't be wasted. You're still in debt. Don't worry, your debt will be resolved on your own. I held her hand and said, how do you deal with it? I'm still worried about Han. Previous brands claimed your father broke the contract because your image was defaced. Just wash away the allegations, then you can completely negotiate. Again, to cancel the compensation, I said every word clearly. Mom smiles brightly, little ice. I'm really glad you can get up like that. She took 8 and shared the rice in the box with me. The meal was delicious that day. The feeling of overwhelming warmth about half a month later, I fully recovered and went through the discharge procedure. Now I've been abandoned by the company. There's almost no AI to help me with my personal stuff. During the hospital stay, someone used to sneak into the studio and steal me. And now there's a whole bunch of reporters coming out of the hospital. Outside the hospital gate with a really big fight. That I can't leave, I just took an assistant role, and she always manages me. In the small square in front of the hospital, I was stopped by reporters. Countless microphones pointed directly at the face. Nobody cares. I just got out of the hospital. Aunt Jeanne, did you shoot Trong Dia's video 01? The reporter asked directly. Not a little hospitality, I see the situation cannot escape. I stood up straight on the steps. It's like walking the red carpet, smiling gracefully. Proud as a swan, of course. It's not that the AI is secretly filming. I don't know who the camera is. Maybe you should ask Zhang. Why do you have to ask Zhang what she thinks? The reporter continued to ask questions furiously. I smiled softly. I've been in the hospital all the time. Not enough to investigate, but Tron Point must know everything. So it's best that people ask her. So what do you think of Young's Weibo post? The reporters kept asking. In the face of countless malevolent reporters, I just want it to be as loud as possible. I still have no fear. Yang Bu has posted on Weibo. I stopped her and didn't know anything about it. I dare to say that I stopped Yang Bones. It's a good bait for the press. The reporters were even more excited to ask. There's a rumor that Yang Bones is spinning. She hinted that she was using the program to generate heat. I don't know if you have an opinion on this. I pretended to open the phone. God. Young Du that also scolded others to create heat Sao and deliberately released Tim Cho Jong's article. I looked at the screen for a moment and shook my head. Between me and Zhang. What does the point have to do with her? Why do you have to jump in and say that? No one else has spoken about this. Why does she have to jump out first if you say heat? The action for no reason. Doesn't inserting her look more like heat? The reporters took a deep breath. For a moment I dared to speak so directly. It's amazing. Before that, though, I also knew me and Yang Du. They like each other, but they never break apart. Relationship as now. Even if you want to criticize. I can only post a few vague lines. Never dared to call my name Ray. When I finished dealing with the reporters, I went home. She looked at me and praised the ice. You're a lot different now. No matter where I eat, I look at my mother. It's like living in a predetermined mold. Every word is broken. I didn't dare to go home. Always holding my heart heavy, and now you look like you've let go. Speaking of which, she smiled again. I sighed and held my mother's hand. After one death, I missed a lot of things. For Buddha taught to let go 2 simple words, that they can do it. The pain in life is mostly self-inflicted. That binds me. If you can let go, it will be easy. I was always worried that my skin wasn't beautiful. Non-standard physique, I can't even eat out loud. Obsessed with appearance forever. To keep the image, I'm always looking around. Is there an AI watching or is there an AI snapping? Sing Sing movie every day, we keep track of sales with fans. But now I can let go and I'm so relieved I went to the kitchen to cook with my mother. It's been a long time since I've been with you again. I missed once to understand. Family is the most precious thing. After dinner, I washed my face and went to my room. Hold the phone in your hand. I opened Weibo. I saw Duong posted a new post. It's the familiar white lotus flower. She said the previous post wasn't directed at me. He told me to stand in the newspaper. It is too polite to dare to scold her. That face is both green tea and pseudo-holy, it's disgusting. Me and Yang Bones, ever since we made a movie together. The director originally planned to make her the female lead, but then changed my mind and moved me to heroine. Push her down on a woman's shoulder, she's hated me ever since. Later, my descendants pursued me. He once helped me with something. I was so moved that I agreed to his confession. Whoever suspected long after Yang Du suddenly cried for me chun foot in the relationship between her and her husband. That made me instantly a minor 3. She wouldn't say anything to me. That directly put a picture of a text message between me and my descendant on the internet, and then posted a bunch of photos of June with her descendant. From a few months ago, they claimed they are in love, and I'm the one who seduces the descendants of Ju, and then she hired a blogger. It made me turn back. I soon realized that Si Chu 2 descendant not the right person and is about to break up, and he's on the side of Yang Bones. He said I was the Chun. No one believes anything I say. It's like giving me a fatal blow. Since then, my career has gone downhill without a break, and Young Bones is always pitiful. It should be increasingly supported. Funny, she used to use me to climb. Time, why can't I borrow her and come back? So I immediately wrote a Weibo post. Straight work name, Young Bone, don't pretend to be White Lotus anymore. There's a lot of things I've held back for a long time. Dare not to do a face-to-face interview with me. Go, my face-to-face post just went live. It immediately made social media explode. Young Yang did not respond. I can't believe I played this trick. The next morning I'm well dressed and I have beautiful makeup. Go directly to the company to find the director to negotiate. Director Save, I want to talk about the breach of contract. The day I chose to jump. It's because they've been attacked by social media. I had a severe mental breakdown. But the most important thing is that I have to pay. Amount of compensation, violation of contract up to 60 million RMB. I thought there was no way to pay. That's why I'm thinking. In that 60 million, 40 million is due to strict terms. Slot and the contract company launched the remaining 20 million is the total compensation amount. That the labels require because of 7 pictures, what do you mean? The director raised his eyebrows in a cold voice. I'm very busy. If you're not going to pay, don't do it. Waste my time. Give me 5 minutes, I said calmly. Director Save, this in the contract clearly stated if I unilaterally terminate the contract or cause 7 serious economic damage to the company to be compensated. That's right, he nodded. But I never canceled my contract. Always completed in full. The jobs that the company arranged me to answer casually more at that time. I'm not even a first-line artist. It is estimated that the loss is 7 to 10 million. Is it really reasonable or not? Let's say the 20 million Kier brand has asked for enough. The company is asking for another 40 million. It's not so unfair. If you want to talk about money, breach of contract. I don't have time. The director of the banishment, his face turned away, and he wanted to kick me out, director. I have a win-win solution. Make sure you have words. What option do I calmly say? He finally showed interest. I replied with a smile, just wash your reputation clean. I can completely sue against Young Bones and CO2, reclaim the 7D loss. My reputation will soar again. Bring revenue to the company. I've invited the scapular ocean on the air. Direct confrontation, this is a very powerful media shot. If it's done well, I can turn it around. Company, it takes a lot of effort to nurture an artist close to the touch. Line 1 like me, I can't see the cost now. What's more, it's between me and Young Bones. They can continue to exploit. You don't want to take advantage of this fever? The director of record raised his hand and pointed to the couch. Sit down. I smiled very well and he listened to me, after a conversation with the director. My manager and assistant also returned. This time the director saved the company's team. Started to make waves for me. Because of the thing between me and Young Bones are extremely interested in honest program or challenge, he invited me and Young to join him. This is a live broadcast. Has extremely high views and influence we haven't even broadcast yet. It caused a storm. Youngdu finally posted a reply on Weibo I accept dialogue and tagged both me and the Nest Honest program or challenge West be a love story. There may be a lack of male characters. Don't need me to remind you, the program was thoughtful. Send an invitation to the actor. Top flow, the descendants of both accepted the confrontation. Good, I want them to swallow. Bitter to drop green tea on the waves live television honestly, or the challenge is the live stream to Friday. I flew with my manager to City B for filming. Saturday afternoon when I walked into the dressing room, I saw Deuce sitting inside. I went in without even looking at her and took one. Suddenly, Young Bones opened his mouth to be ice. You're so irrational. Others may not realize it, but I heard it clearly. The ironic tone in her words, I was stoned before. It's also because she and Ju's descendants actually have a shady relationship. Snake gut season, no one will believe anything I say. You'd better still be laughing after tonight. I replied in a cold voice. And sit down in front of the dressing table. Not long after, the descendant also arrived. He just walked in the door, Hanny, with baby called Yang Yang endlessly. You two stick together. Show off your feelings as if afraid the whole world doesn't know they're in love. I didn't even look at the two of them. Ocean Dew is hated. One of them made me 10 times more nauseated. My son is a rich man. In the entertainment world, it's just playing for fun. But you can still sit on top of the traffic before. He chased me for a long time, but I didn't. Because I always have a feeling he's kind of a playboy. Until one time I was raped. Act Harris and Getsuchu suddenly came to the rescue. I'm so grateful. He took the opportunity to confess again. This time I agreed to be his girlfriend. Who suspects the whole hero scene to save the beauty that was orchestrated by Ju's descendants? When you know the truth, I was very angry and wanted to break up. I made him lose face many times. Last asshole, he turned his face and threatened me in the face. What the hell do you think you are? If you break up, I'll paralyze you. Less than a few days later, the ocean immediately cried online. Chun accused me of falling in love between her and her descendants. And Ju's descendants took that opportunity to kick me. After that, I was literally paralyzed. If not for the Son of God to save lives, I'm no longer in the world. They rely on the power behind them. It makes fun of the artist. I didn't know there was before. How many young actresses have no support? He ruined the future. At 7 p.m., we walked into the studio. Everyone did it according to the script. Already arranged that prepare for program segments. Apart from me and Yang Bones, there are 2 new faces that the director has put in, because we made a deal. I'm going to bring 2 newcomers so they have a chance to go on the air. There are also 2 artists who are about to release a new album. The rest of you, they are all regular guests of the show. After the warm-up round, the program starts to enter the main part. One decided to strike first. Suddenly, he turned to ask Yang Bones, later on in the play. We both choose to tell the truth without being challenged. I wonder if you dare to play. Then I glanced over at the silent Ju descendant sitting next to me. On the surface, I'm dancing the bones. But the real target is the 4th generation. The judge made such a strong request that I, of course, agreed. Youngdu smiled politely, be extremely gentle and courteous in summary choose. Batch lean HO a combo package. I can imagine the reaction of the audience. Watching the live stream, oh my god. You are the 3rd person who dared to be so aggressive. You're not ashamed. Why don't you jump up and die? Such cruel words. I can't even blink now. What doesn't work for me will only make me stronger. It's my turn in Duongdu to go to the lottery stage. She pulled out the question and I pulled out the answer. The audience is set to sit still for a few hours. It's like waking up now. The eyes are bright. Everyone seems to be looking forward to the next show. Piano microphone pretend to visit. I want to ask the judge, how's your health lately? Is it okay after the hospital? I smiled calmly and replied very well. She seems to care about me. To prove myself very noble and generous again, gentle should immediately win favor from the audience. I glanced at the back of the audience, and there was somebody holding up a light. LED her name up and wobbling constantly. Some people even screamed that ice cream is mean. They were pulled out by the staff, the guests. The rest also looked at me with very few eyes. It's my turn to ask. I hold the microphone and slowly speak. Young, listen carefully. My question is me. And you've all loved your descendants. Used to cry online. Tell me Chun into your feelings now in front of a national audience. I'm asking you again. Between me and you, it's the third. The ocean frost died on the spot through the guests shouting in amazement eyes as if to fall out. The program was also so excited. Immediately point the entire camera towards the stage. I started to quietly spread my power. The ocean dew quickly regained its glacial calm. This kind of question is a bit of a bad influence. I'm going to go straight, please, to the center. A ray of contempt flashed through the bottom of Young's eyes. Of course I am. It's not just the guests but the audience below. I almost got up from my chair. And then I'm in a hurry to sit down calmly. I laughed coldly. So you admit you're the third? Young Yang was about to open his mouth. But that's what it means to escape. I'm done asking and it's your turn. I put the microphone down. The purple-faced young Yang stood naked on the stage. Are countless. Suspicious eyes surrounded her, gritting her teeth and asking my question as ice. Did you deliberately lead me to say wrong? I smiled and answered no, it's my turn to ask. I said keep an eye on her. That year she cried. Accused me of minor 3. I've turned my back on social media. So, did you mean to harm me? Yang Bones could not help but force his mouth to utter. Right, her eyes panicked. He covered his mouth and ran down the stage. I haven't spoken yet. MC coldly stopped. Yang Bones, there's a total of 3 questions you haven't answered yet. The bones are forced back into place. My face has turned pale. It was her turn to ask. This time I was excited to go crazy. She bit her teeth and threw out the final blow. Your tape has never been ruled underground. She must have gotten confused and started asking you questions. Don't think that just getting on stage AI is also forced. To be honest, I have never. It was my turn to say Yang Yang, the message you sent was that you were able to see it. The phone of the descendant, or did he give it to you to hurt me? When the Lord heard that, he stood up, but Yang Yang couldn't control himself. Is that he gave me I hated you and wanted to be with you. But you insist on breaking up with him. I was so excited to pull me together. Text message, it's that he took a picture of the chat between the two of you. And then modified it to trap you. The Chinese want to jump on the stage. He was retained by the staff. What the hell are you talking about? Come down here, after 3 questions. Yang Bone, his white face stumbling down the stage. I also leisurely stepped down and MC enlisted to switch to the advertising bones. Do you know what you just said? The descendant of Suchi screamed furiously. Yang Yang shook his head in panic. I don't know, I just stepped on that platform. Your mouth automatically tells the truth. There's a problem with that platform. The prince immediately turned to the director and roared, What the hell are you doing? The director and the program team surrounded the explanation, but Ju's descendants are still extremely agitated. I sat on the side of the phone and opened it. As predicted. From Weibo to short video platforms are exploding. Oh my god, the third one. She and her descendant Si-Chu shook hands to damage the ice. No, I told you. The fake bachelor flower of Yang Bones, there's something very wrong. The message is fake, and it was also given by Zhu's descendants. He's a real scum. Rumors just open their mouths. The victims are running everywhere complaining. The ice is drowned by this male and female father. What's dead? After the break, the program resumed recording. The director grinned at ROI and comforted the two. Both Young Bones and Si-Chu descendants wanted to retreat. They were stopped by Team 5, just went to the next section. The director did not immediately. He threw me and my son on the stage. Si-Chu descendants regressed. Nanai walked up to the radio. Standing and glancing sideways, it's like trying to figure out where Kier's weird device is hiding. It looks so funny. When I get to the lottery, I'm entitled to ask questions first. I asked the descendant with a smile. Why did you shake hands with Young Bones to harm me? The descendant immediately forced her mouth to respond because she dared to kick me. I have money like that. You're just a kid. There's no backing in the entertainment world. You just deserve to be a toy for fun. You dare to make me lose face. Of course I have to teach you a lesson. When he finished, he panicked again. Immediately jumped off the platform and yelled, I'm not spinning anymore, afraid this bastard will run away. I immediately asked out loud, other than me. I've played with that eye before. To name Rasuyu, the descendant turned back. His face hurt a lot. The heart of the mind, he's just spilling out a bunch of names. The entire studio was stunned by the shock. The descendant trembled and shouted, I want to go, no one can stop me. I warned you to stop me. I told my father to come and kill you all. That bastard dared to be so unruly. It's because he has a very rich father. He's the top businessman in the country. No matter how much you risk your life, the director did not dare to do too much with that drama. That's enough to cause the heat of the program to explode. The director quickly gave seat Shutsu and young Bones left the stage take a few more steps. I saw Ju's descendants squeeze for an hour. Straight slap Young Bones' face right on the spot. I'm a little sorry I didn't get to ask you a few more questions. Instead of other female artists, but I've washed my name myself. So coming here is enough. After the two left, the show continued. But everyone's soul hangs against the tree I still round. Invite 2 new faces to the stage. They've never sinned against me. So I didn't use my power to ask them. Maybe it's the precedent effect. The audience defaults that anyone I ask on the podium I have to be honest. Thanks to that, 2 people immediately received attention. Beyond expectations, it wasn't long before the program ended that they began to soar, after filming. Excited manager Lao came to say Little Ice, you're exploding. Getting famous gradually. On the network Young Bone and Zhu, they are attacked like rats. Run Across the Road Snow in Italy, Lee Chimpanzee and a number of other actresses in turn. Exposed the past harmed by Zhu's descendants before that they were beaten and could not cry. Now I see an opportunity to fight back. They also have their own fan base. To form a wave of attacks. Strong and cornered Jutsu descends to the end. It's all in my calculations. I want to fight a rich guy like him. I alone is not enough. We must gather forces to attack. Every time AI spills a kick, the normal descendant arrogant and guilty of countless people. People for fear of power. Behind him forever. Now it's all broken. Everyone stands up at the same time, uncover countless more secrets, and dragged his father into the wind. I went back to the company. As soon as I walked in the door, the director came in. Give me a big hug, welcome back, my big star. You see, I told you I could do it. I take a step back smiling sweetly, even if you don't like him in your heart. But I do understand that retention is not about AI alone. There is only money in his eyes. It's the same for AA. I'm not going to turn on him for the time being. 2 excellent save total thumbs up. What about breach of contract? I looked at him and asked, what a violation, no more. Save the total laugh. Then I smile. I'd like you to call the communications manager. I want to meet the person who has been spreading lies about me. It doesn't matter. Save total boobs assured assemble team 5 for me immediately. There's a media team supporting them. I sent a legal warning letter to the blogger. I used to believe that I relied on underground rules to climb. At the same time, we're asking for a public interview. The blogger is not wrong. I think I have a picture in my hand. Reliable sources should not be false at all, so my team created an online opinion. Challenge him to dare or not, face me in public. If not, prove he's lying. It makes my conscience tick. The blogger agreed immediately. He wants to be famous. My manager analyzed if he can expose me in the live stream, then his name will surely rise. If the news is fake, he can still blame the source. He said he was fooled too. Even though Sao is nothing. I nod my head. I understand the company knows how to take advantage of the heat immediately. Contact a video platform short to open livestream and scream sky-high price, but the other side agreed without hesitation. The livestream room is extremely decorated. The company also took the opportunity. Put some new faces on the air. I don't object. Now we're partners, so there's no need to turn around. The evening the blogger of the Kier marketing account appeared, everyone keeps a kind and hospitable face. 8 hours camera turn on. The host is also the face of the company. One advertise started introducing me and blogger Kier, then the broadcast officially began. I squished my legs in a single chair. He looked directly at the other side and asked, see, the news you posted about me. You think it's true? You force my mouth to know. As soon as he finished speaking, his face immediately turned pale. I laughed softly, so that means that these articles are all lies. The grinding of teeth is not completely fake. Someone sent me a message with a photo. I'm just exaggerating a little bit. I frowned because Sasa was exaggerating. The cloud can't be controlled. I continue to direct, because I want to be famous. Just hang on to the names of celebrities. There are views and enthusiasm. I smile and keep talking. And the pictures you used to refer to me, there is a big man behind him. Where did you get it? Who is the sender? Sichu Van white face, sweat as big as a pea rolling down eyes of extreme panic. The photo was sent by Yang Du. The news is given by Zhang. I'm a little surprised by the sign. It's no wonder the sun has hurt me. But Zheng also had plenty of water. I thought she just wanted to borrow me for a trick. I can't believe it was so cruel. I sighed, no longer patiently joking the man in the photo. You're definitely my sponsor. Stuttering is not sure. But you two look so intimate. It's a shady relationship, of course. I smiled and opened the phone. Click on Avatar Weibo. He then chooses the nearest post to ask. You said the young actor lived in poverty. Is it real or fake? I pretend someone paid me to post. I nodded. Continue to point to a few other articles asking. In total, I asked 5 questions, and only one was true. The rest is fake news that gets paid to publish. I'm afraid of too much shock, so I took the initiative to stop. But now it seems that the entertainment world has exploded. Artists who have been slandered by Saichu one by one to speak up, their fans are also outraged, reclaim justice for the gods. The number of livestream viewers exploded. Reached a staggering number of 10 million people. The stream of comments swirled. Like water, almost all cursing Seku and so on. Without pity, Seku Van with a round body slumped down on the couch. His eyes are dead. He's officially dead. Regret is useless now. A lie is easy as carrying a hand that the injured person has to bend their knees, running around everywhere to clear. He's using fake news to make money. I should have foreseen the end of today. I stood up and said, call the police. As if losing all his strength, he fell to the ground. My 5th team will immediately issue an announcement. He vowed to take responsibility for his son. Yang bone musculature and so on, claiming full compensation for the loss of 7. That's what happened to me. Article 6 of the Covenant, copper up to 60 million RMB. It wasn't about playing before. Although the company is somewhat exaggerated, but the actual damage is not small. The police have officially made a decision. While I'm the father of Zhu's descendants put pressure on the governor and the desire to settle separately with money, waiting for me to finish the broadcast. My boss called me to talk privately. The tape, it should end here. Don't strain anymore. Before Zhu's descendants and Yang's bones made the island half the entertainment village. Now it's my turn to shake the other half. Sichu descendants and Yang bones were ridiculed throughout the network, become the prime target of attack, and Trong Point, who has been deployed. I was in a boat after the first live stream. It is now open and continues to be suspected. 2 times live, the audience starts to see the problem. At first, I thought the program was real, or challenged something that makes the guests tell the truth, but later discovered, not everyone on the stage is telling the truth. It's only when you face me that you lose control. So the ability to get people to speak clearly lies with me. I've been given a new nickname by the netizens. Because everywhere you go, you beat people up. The first VI, she came to visit me in the hospital, once again pulled out. And then the netizens looked at each frame with a magnifying glass. Finally, we draw the conclusion that what she said that day was true. From beginning to end, she just wants to pull me into the trap. In my heart, they despise me to the bone. A good friend that Zheng, miserable point of construction, now completely collapsed. She really has no turning back this time. The company is calling me. A voice full of anger. It's not a deal. I won't mention the sign anymore. Why did you break your contract? I got the phone in an innocent voice. In the contract specified, obviously I wasn't allowed to mention her. I can't deny that I did anything wrong. Social media is everyone's. They investigate the truth themselves. It has nothing to do with me. The point must be pissed off. I know I can't save the image anymore. They want to drag me to death. I don't know what her team's talking about. Trong Point dared to post directly on Wave, accused me of blackmailing her for 1 million yuan, something that has just sunk into the new wave of wind, although I am a victim. But if there's actually behavior, extortion is still considered illegal. People are now eating melons to get fat. They're only helpless comments. I can't stand on the side of an eye anymore. Let everything show itself. It's all villains, right? Say it like that. But even if it's true, the gang that extorted money was also Trong Point's fault. Before that, the ice was really bad. After receiving the news, I don't hesitate that immediately sent a gag contract signed with the company. Points for your 5th team. I asked them to draft a text and post it on Weibo. Key point, she came to me and asked me to coordinate. The drama also charges a hush-up fee of 1 million RMB. White paper clear black ink here. I was carrying 60 million in debt. There was no coin on him. If I had money at the door, I would not accept it. Weibo account, my initial only 10 million followers has recently increased to 23 million. It's all about drama. It hasn't been long since the post went live. The comment section exploded. Let's throw the melon back and come and eat. This time he was beaten to death. The company is downhill very lifting and ended up lifting the wrong fool. I don't know why. The hotspot of Trongdon and blogger, suddenly he jumped up and took all the spotlight. On the hot newsfeed and Young Bones and CHU descendants were pushed down completely when I saw this phenomenon. I immediately asked the team to investigate. Soon enough, the assistant came back to tell her the tape. It's the people of Sicius descendants who have a fever. I nod my head laughing contemptuously, not of the forecast, of course. The family of Sichu deliberately used the hotness of John Point and Cevine to fill licking the scandal of Jews descendants and Young Bones. Now I can't stand up to the forces behind me. He even warned the chief, so I had to withdraw temporarily. Next, I'll contact the brands I've worked with. After the negotiation, they agree to cancel the claim for compensation for breach of contract despite the damage it's caused by my negative image. It's real. The 7 loss will be advanced by my company. It's going to be traced back to Ju and Yang. Not only that, the brands, my former partner agreed to continue working with me. There's even some other brands. Actively come to the will, sign a contract of representation. Just like that, my debt is completely wiped out. No more burden, my heart is light. After the last series of actions, I was really popular. Who doesn't like the image of a female star? Fell down into the black mud, then stand up again. Situation she even dared to fight the young master. Power as a descendant of Sichu, my actions have received overwhelming support. Heat from the commoners add to that special ability. To make other people tell the truth, I also become unique accents that no one can replace. Just in time, I thought. That everything is closed and can be focused career development, my biological parents came back. They're playing the old trick, according to reporters and bloggers, to where I perform. I want my daughter back. Actually, I wasn't going to do anything to them at first, but they kicked me over and over again. Shaking hands with outsiders ruined me, so this time I'm absolutely not taking it easy anymore. 2 of my so-called biological parents are crying. Rolled in front of the theater door large to attract a curious crowd. Look at that pathetic look. I hope I die early for free. I really thank them for throwing me away from a very young age. A little girl lives in that family. Will surely be countless. It would be hard if I wasn't abandoned. Don't dream of being as successful as you are now. Your tape is now a celebrity. Your brother is still in the hospital. So why are you so callous not to help us? You're unscrupulous. Even though we are your biological parents, you're too cold. Everybody wanna look. The ice cream is the kind of person who doesn't make sense. You can also be a celebrity. If you succeed, ignore us. It's a wolf. I walk straight out the front door of the theater, stand in the middle. The eyes of the crowd asked in a high voice, ask when I was a kid. Did you guys throw me away? My biological parents kept me. Then tie your mouth to the right. Why did you leave me? I casually continue to ask because you're a sick girl, it costs money. We don't want to spend money on your treatment. Their faces immediately changed and they panicked. Put your hands behind your mouth. The crowd around me wanted to explode. The curse echoed endlessly. I can't talk to these 2. Too much really, the 2 of them are leaving. But the crowd spontaneously builds a wall. The one who stops them in the middle of the circle won't let go, forced to stand in the midst of so many angry looks. They have no way back. I stood in the back and asked, and the man you call my brother? I'm actually in the Sao hospital. They trembled in response. It's not that gambling has piled up debt. They threatened to cut their hands. That's why we're looking for you. The more the crowd gets angry. It's so shameful that this kind of person deserves to be fired. Finally, my biological parents were scolded and bowed their heads. Running away looks so humiliating. Aesthetic tape. If they dare bother you again, call the police. Someone kind shouted. I nodded and stood on the big step that the high voice proclaimed. My biological mother has only one, and that's Yang Deng. There is no blood relationship between us. Love is more than your own mother. My father has only one. It was the man who died. He's great and upright. Be gentle with my wife and children who are my true father. That's great. The crowd around me clapped. In the middle of the noise, my mother rushed to me. Right now, I just realized how long you've been standing in the crowd. Maybe you heard that my biological parents came to cause trouble. So come find me immediately. Her eyes are red, hoarse voice because of choking ice. I don't know why my eyes are red. He hugged her and called. Mom, when the whole world hates me and scares me, they want to crush me under their feet. Only my mother stayed with me. When everyone abandons me and cuts me off, only my mother did not leave. There are unworthy parents in this world. Be a father. Being a mother like my biological parents, those who deserve to be called parents, those who love their children as much as they do. Life, when people get married, they ask each other questions, even if they're poor. Rich in sickness or disability, whether it's possible not to leave or not, the enemy may not be able to do it. But those who love their children with the love of parents, it will definitely work. The debt problem, I see the situation is ripe. Open a press conference immediately. On the one hand, answering the media's questions. On the one hand, it also promotes. New drama at Rai, I'm wearing a fishtail dress as gorgeous as armor. Long hair curling loose waves, gracefully standing on the stage, the flash was directly on me. I stepped up to the microphone below, the reporter below. He threw out a series of questions. A reporter asked me about the lady. Excuse me, you're really capable of getting people to tell the truth. Well, I don't shy away from anything, smiling softly. That's right, I have superpowers. Why? So can you get the people here to talk for real? People are interested in asking, can I blink back? A reporter stepped up to try, but I don't generate energy. He said the lady doesn't seem to be working. I'm going to invite the next one. Try some people one by one. I still don't activate the power. Finally, my manager had to step out. Interrupt and ask the press change another question, most of the next question. It all revolves around Makir. Yang Bones CHU to descendant I answered in turn, except for the ones related to the point. That I deny the rest are honest. I said that the son and I used to make clips together. What she said that day was theater. He accused me of blackmail. And I also launched our company's contract. Black and white is clear. The contract is in front of everyone. Everyone laughed. Because I'm still talking about the terms, but everyone knows I'm lying. That smile was enough to exchange fate. After the press conference, I woke up. The new movie that just aired was a hit. Since then, I don't use my power to force people to tell the truth anymore. As time goes by, public opinion changes. If there are many fans, there will be antiphons. But where did those slander come from? Maybe you should ask the princess. The antiphons tried to attack me falsely. Pretend to have superpowers that make people tell the truth. In fact, it's not at all. The public is suspicious, now being led. Too much so my topic of superpowers has cooled off. There are even bloggers who specialize in debunking. Video rebuttal give enough evidence. That the live stream with Seichu Van is just a staging two sides. I'm sure we've agreed to something in the dark. Some sober people even ask because of Sao Chu and so on. I've read a lot of hot news. To coordinate with her again. To give such dangerous news to yourself. You'd rather destroy yourself. You also have to tell the truth. There is an analytical blogger. I'm sure the tape is holding something. It's worse than losing your job. List also the story of Sichi 2 descendants and Yangbone. They think it's a play. It was orchestrated by me and the program. And Trong Point, what she said was too much. That forced his mouth to be spun. About a conversation with your biological parents. Some people think that they are excited so they accidentally miss it. Words summarize the times I've made people tell the truth. They're all denied. And I think it's high-tech. Or a setup trick. Now, even though I insist that I do have superpowers, people will find enough reasons to expose it. It's about being exposed. It's also my data, even some bloggers. Bugcatcher, it's also because I paid my rent. Because I don't want to. Too many people pay attention to their special abilities. This is called a fake. The more people insist that it's true, the more they believe it's false. Showbiz is so fake. Erection and Yang Bones completely disappear from the entertainment world. No one dares to use them anymore. You don't just have to compensate me for the damage. They have to pay more for violations. Contract with the company. Ju also deleted the account. Uncle for descended, they are less likely to be involved because they have family power behind them. My career after falling to the bottom, now bursting to the top, never had company. Let me shoot ads and sign a contract for representation should earn the money I was even set to film. TV and game show resource role, every movie I'm in is a rating guarantee. In fact, the last few movies have all been shot before. It's just that it hasn't been broadcast yet. I'm famous now. The company quickly passed the test. To air, he was also invited to star in the director's film. Famous into a set of masterpieces, even a longtime actor is given the role. Main thing, enough resources to make people red with envy. 2 months later, my career is still burning like fire. I was at home one day. I suddenly received 2 visitors. They're people sent by the state. The case of the descendant of Sichu got the attention of his superiors. They let people investigate the Sichu family, because the enemy is too old. So there's very little evidence of 10. Miss Shen, you're really capable. Let others tell the truth. I was asked by the plainclothes police if I nodded seriously. They were immediately excited to conduct the on-site inspection. This time I radiated energy and tested it successfully. Miss Shen, can you come with us for a ride? The police sincerely invited. We'd like to ask you to ask someone. No problem, I agree immediately. I have superpowers and I'm not afraid to work for water for the people. I followed the police to a room. There's no one else sitting across from me. He is the father of Ju's descendants. The police gave me a notebook. There are 10 questions related to taxes, murder, property, and more. I smiled and sat down at the table. Start asking the first question. Mr. C.A., have you ever evaded taxes? Ju's father immediately tied his mouth and answered, of course there is. Her father was arrested. He's been accused of a series of tax evasion charges. To raise funds illegally to accept bribes, giving bribes, it's even involved in a high-profile murder. Sichu family group so quickly fell into serious crisis. It's not just him. Others and their families. Ju was also invited to tea. The Zhou family completely collapsed. The family has lost its footing. Series female star used to be his victim. To file a lawsuit at the same time, the allegations came one after the other. Every layer of crime is mercilessly exposed. Finally, the descendant was arrested and sentenced to 25 years in prison. The man who used to build a screen with him. Drama harms me for complicity and embezzlement property in large quantities. Sentenced to 15 years in prison. I was unilaterally cut off by the company to carry a huge debt of up to 10 million yuan from a star, fell to the bottom in a split second. And me, I've become the most sought-after female celebrity in the country. But not only that, I'm also an outsider of a special organization. Of the country top secret status specialized in the investigation of high-level cases. I officially have my real back. Since then, no one has dared to talk. The rule's in front of me. All the people who claim to have support, I have to stand in front of me a few times. Not long after, I was assigned to a special company, backed by the state, and continued to operate in the entertainment world. As usual, the media began to spread rumors. They say I have the powerful Kim behind me. But the day before I was floating because of an umbrella that this rise is certainly due to Kim even ... Some people even speculate that my backer is one of the richest billionaires in the country. Family, but they don't know that my bosses are worse than those billionaires. Several times returned. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to press the like button and sign up. To hear more good stories from the dark, more audio.